How do you think our values and priorities will change over time?
I think that we would have way, way, way more sex.
Okay, so if we could live forever, how do you think our values and priorities will change over time?
Oh wow, that's a good question. I think you constantly change.
Mm-hmm.
So probably it's gonna change in some point. I don't know in specific ways, but yeah. And also it's gonna be boring if you live forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Would you want to live forever?
No, it's gonna be so boring, I think.
Would you want to live long?
Yeah, long,
Mm-hmm.
but only if I have health, like, right? But I don't think forever.
Forever is a no.
No, it's too long. It's too much. Gonna be like some porn, I think.
Do you want to live forever?
Do I want to live forever?
Mm-hmm.
Depends what you mean. Live in this body forever? Live in a
Yeah,
human
yeah,
body
yeah.
forever?
Live in a human body forever.
I don't want to live forever in an old ass body. Can't do anything, all shriveled up and pruny. Because this body, let me think. I think for me, it would depend on what I am doing. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
if the mission that I'm on, if the purpose for my existence is something that is infinite and requires me to be in this body, yeah.
You'd be okay living forever.
But for me, the thing that I strive to be the most is in alignment with like the universe.
So if we could live forever, how do you think our values and priorities would change over time?
I think that we would have way, way, way more sex.
Why?
Because it's just in a human body, in an earthly human body, it's like something that has been designed and set up for us to feel bliss.
Mm-hmm.
And in the tradition I'm a part of, the whole point is to get towards, enlightenment is just being in a constant state of bliss. So it's a very wonderful, key that we've just been given simply by having these bodies. There's inherent pleasure in the body that gives us states of bliss.
So sex.
Yeah, we'd have way more sex.
If we could live forever, how do you think our values and priorities would change over time?
Priorities will change. Like people not dying would mean a lot of people in power would have no natural cause, like dictatorships would have no natural cause of ending, so it would go on forever. And it would, I think, change the political system to some extent. It would be more harsher. In the case of like re-election, it would change that. So like for interpersonal relationships, there will be less short-term relationships. I feel like more long-term relationships.
If I could live forever, I think my commitment to the planet would be like infinite, because the only thing constant that would remain would be me and like everything I see around me. If you think about it, if I live forever and I keep walking, I would cover every single part of the planet. And then I think I would put myself forward as like the leader of the world and tell them, look, all the planning that happens from now on I need to be a part of it, and you need to let me have some influence or some say in the decisions, because be it the new tech, the new road, the new subways, everything needs to be done properly, because I'm going to be the one remembering all of this and passing it down to the next generation and stuff.
What if they could also live forever, and not just you?
If they could also live forever,
Yeah, everyone could live forever.
if everyone could live forever, honestly, that would be kind of depressing. Only because if I have to see the same people forever, all of us are human beings. We change. The only thing that is constant is change. But given that we live in a limited space of Earth, and maybe if I hope, unless we don't figure out how to get out of this planet and explore other places, we're gonna get bored of seeing each other's faces for the rest of our life. But if we can, then I think I can figure out a few fun things to do with forever friends.
If you could live forever, how do you think your values and priorities would change over time?
If I could live forever,
First of all, do you want to live forever?
I doubt, because it gets boring, definitely.
So you've
Ups and downs should lead to goal. Otherwise, it's boring. If there's no goal, the game is not fun. No one wants to play a never-ending game. Everybody wants to get to the end of the game to see what's up, to win or lose. That's what makes the game fun. If there was ever a game, be it football or whatever, where you could score limited goals and there's no winner, you lose, you win, you lose. No. The game has to end at some point. That's what makes a game fun.
so you do appreciate.
That's why people play the game.
So you do appreciate that.
Of course I do.
Then why do you fear it?
I'm scared of death because right now I love life so much. I love living. But it gets to a point where the game has to end, right? You want to win the game. That's why right now I'm not really focused on the game of life per se. I'm focused on the the journey, the fun parts, But I think when I get to the point where I tick most of my boxes, it's part of the game, right? Check. Having kids, check. Done this, check. Do this, check. What next? Now I start thinking about the end game, Now I'm still in the middle, obviously. As I should, right?